What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another beautiful day in North Idaho. If you guys are new to the channel, I'm Liz, and this is my husband Mike, and this is Jed and June back here. And a few weeks ago, Mike and I bought a 1961 Aloha truck bed camper, and so we are taking it out for a spin. So smoky the last month or so up here in North Idaho, but it did actually rain all day today, so there is some blue skies peeking through, so that makes all of us really happy to know that, right?
It rained quite a bit too, really hard. I was hoping it was going to knock the smoke down, but still really smoky. Yeah,
it's still pretty smoky. We are actually headed pretty far north and pretty high in the mountains, so we're hoping that maybe we can get away from the smoke up there, but we'll see. Squeezing.
All the cabinets are flying open.
Gotta have the car snacks. How's your dinner?
Much needed.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Delicious.
Lots of June hairs. Immediately upon opening. Thank you, June.
It's a risky move. The sriracha burger with the buffalo wings and the camper.
Oh, lucky risky Liz.
Move. Yeah.
Really risky move.
Yep.
I got the chicken sandwich and Caesar salad. Pretty tasty. Chicken, it's like a chicken ranch. Big fan. June. This is the first trip since we put the airbags on the rear tires, right?
Rear axle.
On the rear axle.
Yeah.
Such a smoother ride.
Yeah, big difference.
Huge difference.
Haven't bottomed out.
No. Every time we go over a bump, it's like you brace for, impact, but it doesn't happen. It's super nice. Good?
Bad.
Like?
I'm going to back off, put one more on the other side, on the back of the side.
Okay. 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 Good. Yeah, we made it to camp.
Yeah, this is cool.
We're right on the creek. Pretty dark.
Good spot.
Yeah, good spot.
Yeah.
Too dark to see anything right now, but
well, we got the lantern. We'll show you outside just here in a sec.
Yeah, too dark to really explore too terribly much, but the creek's right there. So I'm excited about this campsite.
Yeah, it's cool.
Now that summer's over, it's barely 8 o'clock and pitch black out, so that's always fun.
Yeah.
But we made it to camp just fine.
Yeah.
Not too bad of a drive. But yeah, let's go look outside.
Okay, check it out.
It's too dark. Are you gonna test out the bucket?
Oh yeah.
Those are nice beds, doggos. So cozy. I think it's gonna get cold tonight.
Oh yeah.
We got the heater ready for the morning. Couple blankets.
It's gonna get cold.
Good morning, you guys. Back out here the next morning. We made it to camp last night, got everything all set up in the dark, but now that it's the end of summer, it just gets dark so early. It wasn't really that late. It was barely 8 o'clock.
Right,
you
yeah.
know?
So we pulled in late last night. Then this morning we were really able to like see how everything looks around here, and it is unbelievable. We're stoked to show you guys around. There's a waterfall like 50 yards away from where we're camped. It's just so crazy up here. And then what else is on the list? Hiking?
Hiking, yeah. After we show you this epic camp spot, I think we're gonna have some breakfast, go for a little hike. It should be a great day, so
yeah,
let's get started on it. All right, you guys, one of the main reasons we're out here doing all of this camping, besides testing out our sweet new overlanding rig, is because it is elk season, and elk season means hunting season. Over the years, Mike and I have learned the importance of ethically sourcing the meat that we put into our freezer, which is one of the reasons we are so excited to be working with a super cool company called Bliss. If you guys have never heard of Bliss, they are a really rad company that is based out of Bali, and they specialize in making ethically sourced, handmade, one-of-a-kind wall decor made out of animal skulls. Bliss works with skilled artisans and imaginative designers to bring you skull art that becomes the centerpiece of any room. Founded in Bali, they proudly continue to work with Balinese artists today. At Bliss, no animals are harmed just for the use of their skull. These authentic skulls are the byproduct of local Balinese agricultural industries that feed many people throughout the country. They turn these would-be waste products into detailed works of art for the world to enjoy. This is a process that pays respect to the life of a beautiful creature. This large piece came very well packaged in a sturdy wooden crate. For traveling so far across the world and being so delicate, it arrived in very good condition. The craftsmanship on these skulls really shows. It is obvious many hours of time and patience is put into each piece. The horns are separate from the skull and are very simple to assemble once taken out of the box. As with any animal skull, these pieces of art must be handled with care. The wooden wall mount really adds a sleek and professional look to an already beautiful and one-of-a-kind piece of art. Bliss is offering some seriously amazing discounts on their website with up to $500 off certain products. And by using the link in our description box below and using code LBL at checkout, you guys get $50 additional off these already marked down prices. Thank you so much to Bliss for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to it. All right, you guys, now that breakfast is done, let's go take a walk around this sweet campsite. So when you step out, we are surrounded by nice big trees. Lots of cedars, pine trees, little fire pit here.
This is a nice camp spot. So this is just a camp spot in the Selkirk Mountains on Forest Service land. It's not one of these camp spots that like you have to call in and claim a spot. It's first come, first serve, you know, pack it in, pack it out, no amenities whatsoever. Way back in the mountains here. And it's just, yeah, really like rustic and really, I don't know, self-contained, I guess. You got to be prepared. It's nice. It's beautiful.
I was kind of looking at these cedar trees.
Did you see this? So, like, this is a tree that fell over.
A cedar tree, probably. Maybe?
No, I think it's the same type of tree as whatever this is. This is either a white pine or a hemlock, I think. I'm not positive.
But yeah, these trees...
This thing fell over.
Are just growing right out of there.
This is a rotting stump. You know? And this tree is growing right out of it. It's amazing. Is it growing out of it or on top of it?
No, that's not a cedar tree. I'm calling this cedar.
No, it's not a cedar tree.
It's not a cedar tree.
I think it's either a white pine or I don't know what the other...
Yeah.
I've been told that's a hemlock, but I don't think it's actually a hemlock.
It's cool.
Yeah, it is. June, do not go in that.
June's a little bog creature trying to...
Walking right towards
go in that little bog over there.
Get over here. You too.
Let's go check out the creek.
Okay.
All right, so when we pulled into camp last night, it was dark. We could hear the creek, but we couldn't really see anything. But it was nice to fall asleep to, you know, the sound of the water, very soothing. But this morning you come over and it's absolutely beautiful. Let's just go right down to it, I guess. I haven't touched the water yet. Mike assured me that it is extremely cold. But yeah, it is so clear. And this is all bedrock. You know, the water is just like going right over it. You can see the grooves that the water cuts in these rocks. It is super beautiful. Little waterfalls everywhere. Bunch of like cool little swimming holes. I just think it's like so amazing. Mike and I want to come back up here in the summertime when it's nice and hot. This creek would still obviously be freezing cold even in the hot summer months, but it might be at least warm enough to like dip in. I'm gonna touch it. See how cool it is. Oh yeah, yeah. It's like straight snow. Ice cold.
And it's like the cleanest water we've seen in a while in a lot of these creeks, guys. Like crystal clear water. Really cold, really clear. It's cool. And all of this rock here, you know, there is some river rock, but a lot of this is bedrock. So we'll go up here and it's like just carving its way through the bedrock, guys. It's truly incredible.
Yeah, so cool.
Yeah.
Not cold.
It's like so incredible how Mother Nature carves out of the rock, you know, like these perfect circles carved out of the rock. Check out this waterfall, guys. Like it's carved out of, you know, rocks over here, and then it's got the waterfall. So it's just,
it's epic.
It's so cool. The dogs are going nuts.
They love it.
I cannot get over how these rocks are carved. It's just, it's beautiful. It's so cool. It's almost like a stair step of pools of water. It's amazing.
You guys, this waterfall is so freaking epic. I don't even know if you can hear me over it, but it's like a 10-foot drop. This water is ice cold. We're like up in the mountains of North Idaho, super far up here, but this waterfall is so sick. One of the coolest ones I think I've ever seen.
Super, super sick spot, guys. I think what our plan is maybe explore a little more. I don't know though, like this is such a good spot. Maybe we'll come back to it. Do we run the risk of like losing this camp spot?
I think that there's gonna be so many camp spots up here that are like just as cool that I would run the risk. Okay, so there is a cabin, a Forest Service cabin that we're contemplating hiking to. I think we should run the risk. I didn't know we were contemplating it. I thought we were doing it.
We're going to hike it?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's run the risk. We'll roll the dice. Maybe there's a good camp spot up there. Maybe there's not. If there's not, I guess we're gonna hope that nobody comes and takes this one.
We'll see.
Okay, let's pack up, head up to the cabin. Everything?
Yep, that's locked down. Do you want to just pull off and I'll grab these things?
Yep.
These blocks?
I'm gonna go forward.
All right, you guys, we've made it to the trailhead. I think it's time for a little hike. You look like a goober. That's me. June, this is your element. It's like a bog. She would. Oh yeah.
Check out the inside. Got all your supplies. Wow, look at this splitting wall.
Ah.
That thing is cool. We need one like this.
It's heavy duty. No duct tape on that bad boy.
Oh, wow. I like that.
Yeah, so these cabins are cool. They come equipped like with everything that you'd need to stay a couple days.
Yeah, so this will be a window here. You know, you can, whole thing's all bear proof. That actually doubles as a table, it looks like, with that.
Yeah. So you'll come in, have a bunk bed, another little bed over there, wood stove. Yeah, it's disconnected. I'm sure they'll come back up like, you know, when it gets cold out and reconnect it. Chairs, table with some food. I always love these little guest books. People talking about their stay. So we were reading that this cabin was built back in 1930 and it was mainly used for like backcountry access for firefighters and like rangers and Forest Service workers because it is super remote up here. So when you're hiking up, I mean, you're not driving a car up here, that's for sure. So you're hiking up, you need somewhere to stay. So they built this cabin back in 1930 and Mike was saying that he read that the cabin actually burnt down in like 1998 and they redid it. So this is actually really nice. This isn't the original cabin, but it is like the original spot, and I'm sure some of the stuff is original from 1930. But yeah, it's super cool. It's one of those, you're supposed to pack it in, pack it out, but you share all of the supplies. So a lot of times, like in the winter, if you split firewood, you know, you split enough to leave for the next people, kind of stuff like that. So it is really cool, but they definitely urge you to pack it in, pack it out, and not leave like a bunch of your personal belongings here just because you don't want to carry it out. You leave it for the next person kind of thing. So yeah, super cool. Mike and I didn't come prepared to stay the night, but definitely we would like to one day, hopefully.
What is it? It's 9:15.
What?
The date.
Yeah.
So it looks like this cabin was built in 1935 to serve as a place for Snow Creek to serve as a place for snow course workers to stay overnight. So people used to come up here and measure the depth of the snow and the density of the snow twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
And that's originally why this cabin was built. These guys would hike in. So this guy says, from the ranger station at the bottom, we would snowshoe for 2 days to get to the cabin. Sometimes it would take us 2 days to get all the measurements, and then we would hike out. We would take the snow measurements twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's cool. That dates back a long time.
That is cool.
So there's actually a little bit of conflicting information in the same book as to the original reason why this cabin was built. Some are saying that it was built, or one of the articles is saying that it was built in 1931 as like a smoke chaser cabin for firefighters and like Forest Service workers, because this is access to a huge amount of backcountry. And there's no way to get up here, especially back in the day, besides a trail. And then another article is saying that it was built in 1935 for people to come up and like do science and research and measure about the snow. So either way, I mean, it was built, for access to like the backcountry and for access to the land, specifically for, workers and employees of like the Forest Service or, firefighters, whoever, to come up and have a place to stay. And then as time went on, it transitioned to a place open to the public, There's pretty cool. It's entry dates, dating back into the 70s, 80s of people hiking in, and staying. So pretty cool. A lot of history. Mike and I definitely want to come back in the wintertime. I think that would be super sick.
I was reading about how it's burned down. Did you tell them that? How it burned down and was rebuilt?
Yeah, I think I did say earlier, but not in this one. But yes.
This is the newspaper article from that time.
So it says how?
Doesn't say a date. They don't know. They said a Boy Scout troop from the area stopped by the cabin Friday and saw a couple that were staying at the cabin the night it burned. The Forest Service is investigating whether the fire may have been started by an unattended wood stove or due to arson.
Ooh.
So, wow. Interesting.
Probably, either way, pretty likely, I guess. So the original one was built in the 30s. The new cabin was built back in 1998 after it burnt down. So yeah, it's built extremely well. Super cool little cabin. I love that things like this exist, as long as people take care of it and leave it as you found it or even in better condition, things like this can still exist for recreationalists to come and enjoy, which is a really cool thing. Whether through negligence or mean spirit, the cabin burned. Darn. That's why we can't have nice things. Okay, that was cool little cabin, nice little hike, super pretty. Really cool thing to experience. That stuff like this exists. Mike and I definitely want to come back, I think in the wintertime.
Yeah, scheming a snowmobile trip up here.
Snowmobile trip, either with us, maybe bring some friends. Definitely stay a night or two. Be super worth it. It's not a bad hike, but one of those things where to be able to fully enjoy it, you want to be able to stay.
Yeah, definitely. I think our plan is to head back down, get a snack, and then just keep exploring this area.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. Big rock.
Get back.
Just passed 3 ladies hiking up the trail.
Yeah.
We haven't seen any other people up here, so this has been one of our better camping spots, I'd say.
For sure. There was that one truck at the trailhead, but they must have gone a different direction because they weren't at the cabin.
Yeah, we saw boot prints going up, and maybe they went past the cabin. But yeah, I think we're pretty lucky to be able to get in there and enjoy that just, in our own company.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, that was awesome. So heading back down the trail, I think we're, A little more than halfway.
Yeah.
Much easier going back down.
Oh yeah.
You're gross. You're dirty. You think you're gonna be getting back in this car?
She's gonna have to run beside the truck. All good?
Maybe.
Hopefully. We've made it back to the truck. Had a sandwich. Now we are back on the road, gonna do some more exploring. See if we can't find any other cool things to see. Any other cool like campsites to stay at. But yeah, we'll see. We've come up to a washout here. Oh yeah.
No, it's
Not as far as we can go.
Yeah, real good washout. Okay, well that ain't gonna fly then. Probably pretty close.
All right, you guys, we were definitely raving about that first campsite that we stayed at last night, but I think this campsite that we just found might have that one beat. This one is a lot more secluded. The other one was right on the main road, even though the creek was super beautiful over there with like all the rocks, the bedrock, and all the holes that the water had created. This one is just kind of a lot more peaceful. If it was warmer out, obviously you could be swimming. There's a couple little swimming holes here. But this place is just really, really awesome. We have the generator going, we have things charging. I think we're gonna kind of just chill tonight. I think Mike might go out and walk around with his bow. But yeah, in the morning time, we will definitely be showing you guys around this campsite. All right, good morning, you guys. Out here this morning, it's a little chilly, not too bad. Mike and I love this campsite we stayed at. Neither of us really slept all that good. I think it just has something to do with not being at home in your own bed. But it is morning time. We are awake and cheerful, and I figured I would show you guys around this nice little camp spot that we stayed at last night. Hey June, good morning. What do you think about the creek? Oh, wow. There's this bridge over here that definitely got washed out during the spring runoff season. Walk over to it. Not getting a truck across that. You can ride your bike or walk across, or four-wheeler probably, but would not want to drive your truck. Such a id. You're a good boy. You need to slow down. Mike and I want to stay at least another day and keep exploring these mountains, but we have to go back and get some work done. But I think we'll be back. This is a sweet spot. We especially want to go back to that cabin that we hiked to yesterday. So yeah, we will definitely be back to this area. All right, you guys, we are all packed up. I think it's time to head down the mountain. Unfortunately, we would love to stay, but responsibilities are calling.
Yep, got to get back to work.
Yeah.
We have a lot of internet work to do, and not a lot of internet out here in the woods.
Nope, not even a little.
Yes.
So it's been a lot of fun. We appreciate you guys coming along with us. As always, we do have the links of all the supplies we're using listed below, but if you guys have any questions, shoot us an email or leave a comment and we will get back to you about it. We really appreciate you guys watching, and we will see you in the next video.
Thanks, guys. See ya.